The views and opinions expressed on Live at the Barbershop are entirely those of the host, guest, and caller and do not reflect the opinions of Live at the Barbershop or its staff. Viewers' discretion is advised. The following podcast is intended for mature audiences only and contains adult contents, graphic language, strong sexual content, and a whole lot of shit talking. So in other words, get your kids out the room.
Live at the Barbershop with your hosts, Misha J, Aaliyah, Black Republican, and those two crazy Caribbean guys from the Q&N show, Norris and Q. And now, the man of the hour, Mr. HNIC, Mr. Sleep When You're Dead, Hustle Now, the Magnificent.
Yo, son. What's up with all that?
I was just trying to amp it up, you know, like...
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, all right, I'm with that.
John, live at the Barbershop podcast.
Welcome back. Friday night, live at the Barbershop, 9 p.m. Tad bit late, but it's all understandable. I got my man, I'm not even going to say it. Let me run down it like I normally do. It's your man, John. I'm your host for tonight. Sitting next to me is not your man, Q. It's your man, how you do? I got my man, Black Republican, in the building.
Yo.
Sitting in for Q. And guest host for the night, I got my man, straight out of Tough Talk, I got my man, T. Now, he called me up the other night and said, yo, dog, for real, we gotta do this. I'm pissed off right now. I said, what happened? He said, I'm pissed off about all this stuff that happened in Memphis. So we gotta talk. I said, yo, matter of fact, it's already on the agenda. So what you gonna do? He said, I'm gonna come through and we gonna make it happen. I said, yo, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we hit up my man Blacks, and then Black said, yo, I got somebody. She's down with it. Yo, let's make it happen. I said, all right, well, look, let's do it. Because we're going to talk about things that probably some people don't even want to touch on. Okay, so we're going deep into it. So without further ado, I got my man T from Tough Talks in the building. T from Tough Talk is in there with us. And on Black Republican, I'll let you introduce our next guest host.
One and only Jenna Hurst.
Jenna Hurst is in the building. What up?
How are you?
We're good.
We're good. Representing NYC. What's good?
I appreciate the opportunity, first of all, because most people do not want to have an open conversation. The fact that the three of you are Black, I'm just like, wow. And we're only 10 minutes late.
I think I'm you know what? I think I'm Black. I don't know if I'm fully Black.
Well, I'm gonna just put it out there because people are gonna be hating, this whole situation. But I am half Black and I'm half white. I was raised by a Black mother, and I was sent to private schools and so forth by my Black grandmother. So when people want to write off college debt, I'm offended. In any event, so because of that, with my mother being made to be out the maid or the babysitter in that dynamic, I'm well aware of race and how uncomfortable it can be. So I'm comfortable speaking on it here.
Good.
First and foremost, I think that it's very unfortunate for Kyrie and his family. Nobody is here looking to do anything outside of have a conversation. So nothing is like, all of this also is speculation. Let's just put this out there. But despite the speculation, a lot of it really is the reality of what's going on between races. And I guess the main question for me is this. I don't care why you did it. There's no reason for you to, like, it was just too violent for me, right? Which is why I felt like it was personal. Why would 5 Black men do this to another Black person randomly? After George Floyd, this is what we're doing randomly. Like, I just don't understand that. And then on top of which, it's very quiet. I'm a social media person. All of the Haley family members, everything is like blacked out. You can't see anything.
Yep.
We haven't heard from FedEx. This is the picture thingy. That's something you can verify. They haven't dismissed that. Why haven't you come out and said, no, this person's never worked for FedEx. This person never sent pictures? Because if they needed it to be flipped the other way, they would have done that. So the fact that they haven't come out, I don't need to hear it from his parents and team, because my parents don't know my whole
inside
repertoire. So
Yeah.
that's just my overt, like, yeah, like, so I don't know where you guys are at. I'm happy to just be quiet for a second, but that's just my overall, like, what do we want it to be? Do we want it to be 5 angry black goons who handle personal shit on business time? Or are we still going to carry the negative narrative of cops, but it may not pertain to this particular case? I guess that's what I'm curious on before we like set the world on fire where we hate cops. The world can't go without cops, because guess what? I call the cops. I need help. Thoughts?
So this is some of the stuff that we had discussions with. So one of the main things. Oh, there's a feedback coming out. Hold up. You good? Okay. So one of the main things we were discussing off camera is the mere fact that we're not seeing as much as an uproar as we normally would if it was a white police officer that did this. That's one. So funny enough, and shout out to my man Cam, I was talking to a Caucasian brother of mine from Tennessee. We were having, and actually he asked me that question. Say, why isn't it so much of an uproar as it would be if it was a white officer that did this to a black person? And I told him, I said, I'm going to give my honest opinion. For my opinion with it, it's a form of embarrassment. You know, like, all right, for instance, now you may have your child and
Screaming in the background that I just texted, shut the fuck up. Continue, please.
So you may have your child and certain other things happen at the school, and you rally to say that any kid that does anything wrong, let's just put them on punishment or whatever the severe situation is. And then your child does the exact thing that you're over there trying to protest about. You just feel like, damn, why would you do this? After I just went out there and told them, da-da-da-da-da. So now everyone is fighting for police justice, da-da-da-da. And now you come and you put this out here now. So I think for us in the community, I'm not talking about social media. I'm not talking about the ABCs and the 123s and all these different companies out there that have a different agenda of why they broadcast certain things different than they do for others. I'm talking for us.
Let's speak to agenda for a second. And I think that's a big part of it, because they're counting on us to carry whatever narrative that they throw out there. They don't want us to think. There's no critical thinking in 2022, 23. There's no critical between other things that shall remain nameless. We don't want to have this blocked of other politics. But I just think critical thinking is a lost art. They've given us social media and things like this. So some of us are able to connect, talk, theorize, but you even get blocked out of that. Like, there's algorithms. They either want you to know it, they don't want you to know it, which is why I think the biggest mistake that we can make is to be mad at cops if the narrative is not that. And I'm not going to go into the whole thing, because when it comes out, people have receipts. I already have shade room action. Like, I don't have energy because I'm not that person, but I'm also not going to be listening and just take everything with a grain of salt. There's reasons why things have not come out. I'm sorry. There's certain individuals I didn't see at the services.
I mean, well, you know, they're running right now because, you know, I mean, they've been.
So, but again, so being happy, that's already annoying, because the race thing is already a problem for me. And since we're making it about race, are these 5 black angry officers or 5 black angry goons who happen to kick your ass on company time? It's a very big difference, because I can have a bad day at work and decide that, you know what? They didn't come out to kill him. They came out to make a point, and they went too far. Hello, you guys had 1,250 pounds of weight force against this poor guy that was like a buck, what, 50, 60, 80 pounds?
Yeah, they're saying that that's the reason why, because he was running from them and all of this stuff. Like,
yeah,
you ain't doing that. You're not going that.
Why was he saying, come on, bro, you doing too much? If you kicking my ass, I'm calling you bro? What?
Yeah, that's the thing too. They snatched them out the car.
They didn't ask me for ID. Well,
Yeah,
and
they
also,
snatched them out
did
the
we
car
pay
and then they put them on the
attention?
ground.
Say it again.
I said they snatched them out of the car, put them on the ground,
Mhm.
and he's saying I'm on the ground.
Right.
He's saying it. They still mace him, and
say
you know what? I'm not gonna
himself also.
Yeah, and it makes itself a little bit too. I'm not gonna say it's 5 black officers. I'm gonna say it's 6 officers, maybe 7, 8, because the white officer in the beginning, the one who started the shit, really, because he tased them first, and the other black officer maced them. So the taser, by reaction, I'm trying to get off that shit, and I'm going.
Right.
That's a reaction. Like I'm trying to, you tase me and mace me at the same time. So the white officer need to be put in jail also, along with the black officers.
All right.
That's just me.
You know what, me and you have a problem, and I don't know where you're at, but I'm gonna come shadow box with you in a little bit. But
Let's go, baby.
the white half of me doesn't give a shit about the white person, because everybody's like, oh my God, what about the white person? Who cares about the white person? This is one time. It wasn't the white person's. You rolled up on some shit, bro. Sorry. You fired, but you didn't.
You know what? It's not about, but that's what was shown. Now, I see it as all officers. They all need to be fucking punished. And I just hate that the media keeps saying 5 black. No, it's 6 officers that did the shit.
Oh, we're on 2 different pages. Let me ask, what do you do for a living? And I'm not trying to be rude. What do you do for a living?
I can't tell you that.
Okay, good. That's fine. That's okay, because it makes my life, that makes this argument easier. Yeah. I'm going to pick a job for you. You are a construction worker. You are a foreman. You run a construction site. You have access. You are Gotti. You can bury people. You are Hoffa. That's who you are. So now it comes down to, I don't like this person. You didn't do that because you were a fucked up construction worker. You did it because you were a fucked up person and you need to get rid of a situation. That's the difference here. It's not 5 fucked up cops. It's 5 fucked up people who happen to be black, who are cops, and they did some fucked up shit on company time.
Yeah. And the policies is fucked up too in that Scorpion unit too. They were trained to rough the bad guys up or whatever they need to do.
I have a question for you. What do you think happens when you want to defund the police? So when you defund the police and you have COVID mandates, which is specific to New York in general. So like we've lost. I don't know the current number. Don't hold me to crazy. I want to say it's like 1,250 city workers. That's NYPD, FDNY. That's teachers, and it's sanitation. So let's say half are police officers. Then you have all the other half of officers who retired because of their age. I'm not getting my vaccine. Forget all the illegal aliens we have coming in right now with no vaccines, no shots, no LSI, no report card. I have no idea what's going on. But we have legit people, qualified people who have lost their jobs. I don't know what the mandates are on the country's spectrum, but maybe we need to look at that, because maybe certain cities have lost out tremendously on their infrastructure, be it teachers or whatever, and this is why we are. And then I don't give a fuck about that.
So you think they need to defund the police?
That's not what I said. What I said is when you defund the police, you can't defund the police because they're already defunded.
Yeah,
people have already. I retired. I'm not. You have me furloughed. I'm in some rubber room with. I don't know what. I'm in jail with this guy because you don't want me to come back because I don't have my shot. Okay, so but you got illegal aliens running around here with cooties from 1962. I don't.
Jenna, what you think the solution is so far?
For what? For this?
After this, what you think?
All right, you want to hear my solution? So I had this whole conversation, and mind you, my son Leonard was my first client.
So what you think?
Okay, this is my solution. But it's hard. And I think Mice has taken a great first step, and he's been doing this for years. This is not like brand new. My son Leonard, Mice. My son,
rapper.
I don't know who the hell that is.
He's good up in the right palm. So,
I was like, who the hell?
I'll put him up to date.
No, he does a lot of activism.
I'll put him up.
Okay. I have to look him up.
You probably see this video.
Bottom line is, this is a person I've worked with for years. We are from the Bronx. I'm about business. I'm a Capricorn / I'm right on the cusp. I'm an animal. All right. We're going to have the bills paid. What are we doing? What's the game plan? With that said, You have to be motivated. You have to do what you love. And I don't think Black people are given enough opportunities to do what they love. That's the biggest problem. Because if people had enough to do, they wouldn't be doing bullshit in the streets. I don't understand why Black people are fighting each other on opposite blocks or hallways when neither of you dumb fucks own anything in the building. How about stop going to Gucci and Prada and Balenciaga and buy somebody else's shit that, I don't know, looks like you? And guess what? Being Black and white, it's crazy because I was never Black enough, never white enough. Think about that. Oh my God, the Black people, they're so racist. White people, my God, they're so racist. I got it both ends. It was horrible going to school. I didn't realize I didn't know I was the problem until I was in like first or second grade. My first PTA meeting, they were like, oh, where are your parents? I was like, they're right here. They're like, those are your parents? I was like, yeah. I was like, where are your parents? They're like, right here. I was like, oh, your parents are the same color. Everybody had same color parents except for me. It was like a revelation. They thought my mother was my nanny. Racism for me has always been twofold. And what's crazy is, forget the fact that I'm never Black enough, never white enough. Let's step to the Black community. The white community will take you. The Black community, these Black motherfuckers, it's a scale. It's a spectrum.
Yeah, but Nichols didn't die off racism though.
What?
Nichols didn't die off racism.
One more time. I'm missing the first word.
Nichols.
Tyre.
Nicholas.
Tyre.
The one that died. He didn't die off racism.
I'm sorry. I was hearing the last. I didn't know where we were going. He didn't die
off racism.
Over race. Well,
he didn't.
Now, did you talk about this? Because I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna say everything. If it comes out the way I think it's going to come out because of different messages that I came across, if this comes out that everything was over a particular situation that's clearly race,
about the woman and FedEx and all that shit.
Listen, if it comes down to that, we have a major, and please don't say anything else because at some point, this footage, it's valuable now, but you don't want to have it tarnished by things that are ultimately, in my opinion, potentially going to be revealed. But I also felt like they had to wait for time to let things settle, right? We're not seeing the protest that we expected, which is great. And
because Black Lives Matter don't care about that shit.
Well, wait a second. We're not even seeing the coverage on the news. And what is that?
Come on now. You know, if it was five white officers, Black Lives Matter would have been up and down the street.
If the story was true to narrative, you don't think we'd still be talking about it?
Right now, Black Lives Matter should be up and down the street like they did with George Floyd and everybody else. That Black Lives Matter, that shit is a scam. We got
don't start it.
It is ran by 3-4 people in the alphabet community. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They scam all Black people, and it just need to be that shit need to be funded. That need to be.
I have a whole essay on that. Y'all want to see that? I have a whole notebook on that.
Hold on. What I think should happen, they need to change some of the policies in Memphis. They need to change some of the
But here's the thing, though. Glad you said about the policy because they have a situation with their police department where they've just been bringing in officers, like not properly vetting their officers.
Yeah.
There's a history of them getting individuals straight out of jail into the police force. You know what I mean? So now what you end up having is you have individuals that's taking contracts from gangs to do hits. You know what I'm saying? Out on individuals. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So now you have these individuals of personal note against this dude. You know what I'm saying? To go ahead and use their power to run up on this man and figure, oh, because I'm a cop, I could do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So this is what happens when you defund the police, right? So when you defund the police, you have to hire people who are less qualified and less aware of their surroundings, their demographic, and people who have tenure, who do have some kind of rapport with their neighborhood, their constituents. That person is gone. So we have to think everything is, what do we want? You need policing. Why do we need policing? I had this argument a long time ago. I was like, they're like, Jay, they always kill Black people. I go, well, then why are Black people calling them?
Right now, look.
In general.
Check yourselves real quick. I don't know about anybody else. I'm from New York. You from New York. You've seen it. We all know it. Most COs, I'm not saying all, but most COs and most cops and it's dudes that's from the streets.
Yeah, they used to
have to be.
They got that.
They have to be.
They got that DNA in them.
Yeah.
Some are what we call herbs. from back in the days, the ones that was always getting punked. Those are the ones that use the badges in another way as far as guerrilla, the guerrilla tactics, like what they're doing, like some of them. Meaning that the ones that when you was punked, when you was younger, now you came through the academy, you got the power now. So now you might see me somewhere and you catch that flashback and now you pulling me over. Yeah. There's no reason for you pulling me over, but now you looking like, yo, I remember that dude. That's the one that you got to be fearful of, because those ones are the ones where that DNA, that whole herb mentality is flashing back on them. And speaking on the situation with the young lady from FedEx and all that, now Ben Crump spoke on this and said they looked into it and they can't find any validity to that storyline either. So allegedly they're looking into it, but right now, allegedly, they don't have any evidence showing that that did happen, and that's why they.
This is very easy to disprove, which is why I know that I'm right. Mm. That's all this comes down to. Like, and I think that going forward, people need to just like it's anything. It's COVID. I've been saying things. There's certain things when they can't say this definitively. There's a little problem. Yeah. If we're identifying, it's this person, it's this. All you have to do is go into certain pages in Memphis, boo. What do you think I'm doing right now?
Pages.
You don't think I'm sitting here? And then when it comes out, Shade Room has my shit. I'm not gonna have to drop it. Like, here you go, boo. Like, this is not because they want it. Right. They want that. Out press as a situation sucks. No one's independent. There's no Barbara Walters of fucking 2023 who wants to come in and Dan Rather it up. I just don't understand how we just sit down and take whatever is dictated as the truth, because really we need to address the main thing, which is black on black, a crime. I'm speaking. I was raised by a black woman, so I don't care how light skin I look. What gets me most offended is the black on black crime. The fact that we have marches and, oh my God, a white cop killed us. No, they can't do anything to us if they realize our spending power. Right. Step one, there's no more Gucci. There's none of that. There's no more vacationing here. It's instead of y'all buying a $500 product, let's get, how many black bodegas do you know? Because we wouldn't be calling them bodegas. We'd be calling them candy stores again.
Let me ask you a question.
Please.
The mentality that you have, you got that from your mother and your grandmother, right? As far as spending power, or this is something that you, as you got older,
I've been lucky. I'm black, again, black and white. So on the white side, I'm Irish and German. I've had those grandparents, and on the black side, I'm from St. Kitts in Jamaica. So my Jamaican grandfather died when I was like 2.
We might be cousins. Okay.
Well, he's a fucking nut. So like I hear stories about him, and apparently I'm just like him. I don't care. We still have the house. And it speaks like the reason I get very upset is because the black people that I know in my family are very successful. So like when I hear, oh, and we don't have anything, and we're not, I need my, what do you call these? I need reparations. And I don't have excuses in my family. And my grandmother played very poor. When I say that, she knew what she was doing, because I didn't pay for. I went from private school. Me, my brother, and my sister. I'm 42. My brother's 39. My sister's 32. We was in private Catholic school from when we was 4 each. And I went to, when we was high school, I went to Spelman, and then I went to college. I moved out when I was so prepared. I moved out when I was 18, 19 years old. We didn't have no college debt because everything was being paid off. My father was extremely involved financially. So it can be done. It's a mindset. I was just gigging on the coat that I had. It's funny because like it was cold today in New York, right? So I was like, I actually was very upset. I told my dad when I came home to get my kid, I was like, I'm thinking about grandma still today, because she didn't have money like that, because she put the money to pay for my tuition. So she took me to Macy's because she had a Macy's card, which I get. I'm a credit card person. So she goes in, and I had to be in like 4th or 5th grade. This is like 93 or something. And she buys me this $100 coat. And the bottom line is, that may seem like, but it wasn't a brand name. It was a wool, down jacket, so that I was warm. All the kids in my class had like brand name shit. but I was warm because back in like 4th and 5th grade, it was actually cold in New York. Like now it's like break out the bikini, but years ago it was really cold. And I just thought my grandmother was smart. She put money on things that I needed. She always built my confidence. I don't think that we have enough family structure. We don't build each other up. We don't take our partners seriously. And that if I'm raising a family with you, if you suck, how can I depend on you? What if I was a sucky single parent? Then what, my daughter's fucked? My daughter, and then the crazy part is I was asking my kid today, like, how's school? She's in the top 1%. I got her report. I don't know whose kid this is because I failed everything. I did really well in like gym and art, and she fails gym and art. I'm backwards, but I'm a this, but she's a fucking baby genius in a talented and gifted program. So if you can motivate your kids to do well, which you have to, or you better learn Spanish or Mandarin because we're about to be a bitch. So This is where race comes big. Everybody else is able to stick together, work together, come up with a master plan. People hate Jews. Kanye's right. Kanye's fucking crazy. Let's be clear. But Kanye's 100% right. And the reason that the Jews are winning is, why? They stick together. Yeah. This is common sense. If you want to do a business, I'm going to work with people who I like. I'm not going to call up people who I fucking hate. I'm going to call people who I trust, their character. So whether it's a race, a nationality, a block, a building, an apartment, my family, you're going to find a circumstance that fits. But there's no way that we can keep accepting that we're not on par with everyone else. That's our own fault. And granted, yeah, so we owe reparations, cool, but we can sit here and hold our breath to wait for them. Or
we don't need no money reparations.
I didn't say.
Now I'm just saying in general.
We definitely don't need reparations because I didn't know any slaves personally. I don't think that
we don't have the mental to manage ourselves in our own communities, much less.
If we get reparations, I would want land, not money.
You sure you don't want to buy a month's worth of crab legs?
I don't buy materialistic stuff. That's not me.
That's not a jab at anybody on this panel. But when you're looking at pictures of what we did with our money from COVID, we did nothing.
I mean, but those are the ones that's lost though. You can't help them. You got to get rid of them.
How are we getting rid of them when we just keep multiplying? We're responsible.
When you start. Like for a black race, if we ever start over, let's just say, for example, we start over, you got to get rid of them other motherfuckers that's lost. They just can't join the group.
I'm going to have to make sure I'm following you. And we even can't talk about this on social media. I'm curious what you mean by that. And stop right there. Let's go to the topic because
the ones that are not on par, the one that is brainwashed, they're indoctrinated by the government and society construct, indoctrinated all the black race. We go out there, like you said, buy Gucci, Louis Vuitton, buy all this nonsense that don't support us. And like I said, if we start over as a race, we have to start with a minority, a small group, and get rid of the motherfuckers that's brainwashed.
1 second, they get rid of themselves. This is the thing. People want what they can't have.
Huh?
The reason why the COVID thing was fucked up is because you told me I had to get it. All you had to do was put it out like a pair of Kanye's.
C19.
It's all marketing. So if I don't want to be bothered with you, I sell you out the situation. We're sold out, bitches. New York is sold out. I'm working on an anti-sanctuary state appeal because this is I will start claiming 10. A bitch is not going to pay taxes too much longer. When I'm sitting here paying for Con Ed, cable, food, cell phone for me, you, and Pepe too. I don't have energy for this shit. I have to have a surgery. It's like $5,000. I'm going to fly to Mexico, go on vacation, stay like a couple of weeks. What is it? $10 a fucking day. And then I'm going to leave my luggage, come across the fucking water, and then just, yo don't say, oh, Maria S. Do I look like a Maria? Can I sell Maria? I'm going to do Maria Escobar. And I'm getting everything for fucking free.
Be like Catalina.
Yeah.
I like that. Who's that Catalina?
Let me ask you this. How do you feel about Tyre's situation? How did you feel about it?
I'm devastated. Okay, I can't say this on air though, because this is the thing, right? And it was on one of these Law and Order stupid shows. I want to say it was like Law and Order Thursday night, like the guy that I have a crush on, the big bald blackhead guy from the 8 o'clock hour. Ooh, hot. I feel like he said something like, when things happen to you, and that's why it's dangerous to say this, because it's foul either way. But you don't put yourself in a position if it's true and this person's a cop. Cops can do anything.
Yeah.
Black, white, Chinese, I don't care. Cops can do anything. And whereas that's the point, you have to take that with you have to really be serious about that. You, sir, we're playing with fire is I think what it comes down to. Now, the cops are crazy. If whoever set this, because I was looking at their charges, they're all charged with, give me 1 second, in concert. Give me 1 second.
Second-degree murder.
In concert. But this, when they say in concert, Google it, that says they were all talking together behind the scenes, which is why the white cop is not in this entanglement.
All right, they got second-degree murder, two counts of misconduct, 2 counts of aggravated kidnapping, and some more.
But you see how fast they got charged?
Oh yeah, fast. Yes,
What did you expect?
that's the key right there.
No, but
Said how
you know
fast they got arrested.
they got charged so quick. But here's the thing: the reason why I believe that's the case is because right now they want anarchy in the streets. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because they know that this is all black, they did this real quick so they could spark a race war.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? This is a broken system in that state, ran of course by a liberal movement. You get what I'm saying? And then now they turn around and they did this on purpose so they can now leave it alone. So now everybody's looking at it. And that's exactly the arguments that's going around everywhere. How the fact that, oh, you got black officers and they got charged immediately, but you got white officers that do the same thing. It takes a whole month or more to get prosecutions going on. And then a lot of times they go for free. One person might go down. They had the whole squad went down on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they get paid leave. You know what I mean? So I believe they did this on purpose. This is something that they wanted because if you remember the what was the other one
Floyd,
the kid that was running down the street.
Oh, I can never say his name. Marbley. I can't say his name. Yes.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Where he's in the street.
Ahmaud Arbery.
Thank you.
That.
Oh yeah.
That in the Floyd case, both of those cases been happened, and they sat on those cases.
Yeah, it took a while.
No, they sat on it before they released it to the media, and the media released it all at once. So that means all those media knew about the case. That case been sitting there, and they released it, and they did it on a time release, so they could get politicians on it, they can get race wars in on it, and they can get their little brownie point. So this thing is happening exactly when they wanted it to happen. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they heard it, let's do it.
Yeah.
The window's closing.
And look how long it took for them to charge them, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Charge the other ones quick, but took long for them to charge the.
A lot of cases been the same way, and now there's cases too in certain states where you've had cops that have mistakenly, or not I wouldn't say mistakenly, but have killed, white individuals, like the one detective that went into the home and shot the autistic kid in front of his grandparents. You know what I mean? They were all white. Dude
Let's
went in
get
there
to what you just said, right? There's a reason why the narrative was exposed quick, fast, to put it to bed, and it's out the picture, because there's much more than meets the eyes. With the white situation, they was hoping to find anything to negate the situation. In this instance, it's vice versa. There's energy out there that speaks to this, but we're going to hear hearsay on, oh no, this wasn't the case. So if this wasn't the case, they would have come out with these are not facts. We have their phone records. This is not going on. So you're proving my point to a certain extent. They're putting it out there because there is something more to the story. Because why wouldn't they want to put that out there? Then if you talked about the black on black crime, so that's going on anyway. So what y'all cops? That's in my opinion. That's if I'm sitting here selling the story, is it 5 black angry cops who just came across this situation randomly, which if you look in the background, there's no traffic. There's like one stoplight. Like it's a quiet block. It's like Queens. It's like I'm in a small neighborhood. And what am I doing? 90? What is it? 8 o'clock in the afternoon? This kid's like, what are we talking about? They haven't released the video leading up to this. So if there was really some shit to talk about, we would have seen the footage. They want people to, black, white, otherwise, they want us to be mad at police versus addressing the potential true issue, which is black on black violence. Again, being black, there's a lot of self-hate here.
Yeah.
Regardless. And I can only speak half truths because, my shit is emailed and I'm just waiting on confirmation. But All this is about to be over some crazy shit, God forbid, because we're making it about race, and that's what it's about to be about. Now, being biracial, I don't care who you sleep with. I really don't care. But make that the issue.
No, but that's what I was saying. Like, for the majority of the cases, they're not really about race. It's about a political movement. You get what I'm saying? That's why I say some things are on time release, because you'll have cases like the Dylan Roof case where they had evidence that proved that the images of him with white supremacy badges and stuff on his jackets were fake. They had that information, but they published the ones that showed the altered images. You get what I'm saying? And they had to walk that story back. But they did it, they released it based on a public or a political move instead of actually telling the truth. So whenever you have these type of situations, if it's right on time, it's released on time. If they need something, a big story that all of them can jump on, they hold on to it. You know what I mean? Or they'll stretch the story. Because you remember when CNN did that thing in what was the one case in that university where they had that riot?
What are you talking about? But the coach was molesting the kids. What was the issue?
No, not the Sandusky one, but it was a situation where was that I'm saying where they had the mayor came out and blamed CNN for stretching the story and allowing it to get that crazy.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No.
I think it was either in Boston. It happened.
Well, Boston's different. Have you ever been to Boston? I'm a Yankees fan. I would never get out the fucking the plane terminal.
No.
They broke a lot of fucking white Hennessy. I wanted to kill myself. My mother lost her shit. It is what it is. Boston is racist.
What I'm saying is CNN ran a story on there, a whole different story that has nothing to do with what was going on, just to amplify the situation. And they caused a whole riot and everything on there. And the mayor blamed CNN because she said it would have never went that. It was a female mayor. I'm trying to remember. It's an older one though, but she blamed them for it because she said that it would have never gotten to that point if they didn't spin the story the way they spun it. You know what I'm saying? Right, so later on, they had to walk the story back and apologize for being it. But what's your apology gonna do when the chaos and everything else has happened? You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question now. So why do you think that? All right, we are the small minority groups that didn't take the red pill or didn't take the blue pill.
Have you? I hate The Matrix. I cannot stand that movie. I'm
saying
there's a lot of truth in it,
but I'm just saying
but
because what you're saying is stuff that we talk about all the time. Like the point that you made earlier about the spending power. I've said this a million times on this show with that, meaning that listen, your money, your power, your money. If you're not getting the respect, move it, shift it. You don't have to keep these items that we're purchasing. Does it really make you happy? Like, is this changing anything that you got Gucci on your tag or anything
some
like
of them?
that?
For some of them,
but that goes back to what she was saying. That self-hatred, that the seeds that they planted. Some it grew. For some,
all I'm doing by wearing Gucci. Me and you are cool. So I go out. Oh, hey, what's up, Jay? Let's go out to dinner. All right, cool. So I come outside. I got on Gucci, Prada, I got everything. I'm dipped. You wearing Old Navy and banana. Not even. You like, I thought you was going out to eat. Like, so now it's a celebrity fest, and I have to feel extra poor coming to hang out with you. So you wearing my rank on your purse. Does that make you feel good? So instead of sitting there saying, how can I work with this person? How can we bring each other up? What are her qualities versus my qualities? Or vice, whatever the fuck it is. You cannot keep looking down on each other expecting progress. I had a conversation with somebody else 2 days ago, and it was like the level of expectation. Jay, well, they owe us and this. I said, this is like years and years and years and decades ago. I says, I don't owe you shit, because that's what it comes down to. It's not my ancestors, because my ancestors are the Black Irish. We didn't have shit. I'm in your boat. How is it fair that we giving people in Cali $250,000? And I'm saying that's not going to create more bullshit. Let's get on the same page. Every ethnicity has a different skill set that they're, we don't hire Polish people to do background dancing for J-Lo.
I mean, but look what's going on. It's with the reparation stuff that's going on in California. That don't even make any sense, because how's California even affording that when they're already below? They owe the government money.
or the same way that we're affording people to live. So my rent is like $7 a month. And the people go, Jen, oh my God, you still rent. I go, yeah, bitch, because you're paying $1,900 for a one bedroom. And what's bubble pluck? Like, sir, think about it.
You say your rent $7?
Do you want me to tell the whole thing? So I
your rent $7?
700.
What did you ask me, sir?
Is your rent $7? That's what you said. Oh, she said 700.
Yeah.
Donald, I'm not.
What?
Kid, I wish I was, because that motherfucker had a wand. This is what I'm
in
saying.
the back of the subway station.
That's what I'm about to say.
My apartment, instead of spending $1 million going, this is why it drives me crazy, because it's called thinking. It's called critical thinking. So me and my mother didn't get along, right? So I decided that I was going to move out on my own at 19. So like the same year 9/11 happened, like I moved out. I wanted to, like, I thought I was going to die. I said I moved out like the world is over. But I moved out, got my apartment. I was paying $650 for rent in 2001, basically. My rent in 2023, who wants to take a stab at it? You each get one choice. Let's not get crazy. It's not more than $1,500. I have a 1-bedroom pre-war foyer, a block from the train. You know, I just redid my kitchen.
Well, you just said 700, right? You told us already.
That's not right.
That's all on blocking the train. So
that's white people. That's white people exaggeration. Okay, so my rent is about $1,050 a month.
50.
Good. So I don't own my unit, but why do I care? Because if I did own my unit, my maintenance would be about $1,000 to $1,200. That goes up, that fluctuates. Let's say and that's if my mortgage was paid off, which it would be. I've been here for 20 years. My mortgage, when I first moved in, my apartment would have been the same unit in the condo would have been $68,000 for a 2-bedroom 20 years ago. I didn't have it. I was a child. So the way I look at it now, if I had to pay maintenance, it'd be $1,000 to $1,200, depending upon where I lived. And I'd have to pay that every month. I'm paying it anyway. I'm not responsible for any repairs. And it's broken. I don't know what to do. Everything has to be fixed. And that's the way I did it. And I ended up, instead of going to Seton Hall, I got accepted to Seton Hall. I don't know how, but instead of paying $28,000 to $35,000 a year, I decided to move out on my own. And here I am. It's about decisions. It's about, where do you see yourself? Every person's not supposed to be in school. Where do you see yourself working? A lot of Black folks can't see themselves because of us, because of TV and movies and music. They can't see themselves outside of sports and entertainment. How unfortunate. Coding is big. I'm a medical biller. You know how much money? I was making $10,000 a month 10 years ago. Like, what? In my sleep. And because I'm on the East Coast, I'd be in LA, and like it's a 3-hour delay. So I'd fly out. Like I would take it would be, my boss would even know what the fuck state I was in. Like I would wake up, I'm like at All-Star Weekend. Like it was such a good living, but it was around my own time scale. So like if we were able to show people, these are your skill sets, this is what you want to do, this is how you can make money. We don't need to be angry at each other. We're angry at each other for no reason, because no one has anything.
It's the social engineering, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Where
it's a
you
social
think,
construct. Yeah.
you think more money,
But
the more money you're spending,
my daughter's never asked me for a pair of Jordans.
that's good.
Stan Smith, she getting K-Swiss. We're not doing that. She's not buying Casa. What's it called? Fashion Nova. She's wearing boy pants. She's wearing like I was shapely, like in my 20s. Like I already know where we're at. There is no Fashion Nova. You're just wearing, she got they're a little big. I'm like, that's supposed to be how they are, because I'm not dealing with this. We're not doing, teenage pregnancy. You're not gonna be on channel, what is it? VH1 16 and this is what we're marketing. This is what works. That's not what's happening. It's on us. At what point do we grab the reins and go, this is unacceptable?
Well, see, that's what I was saying about the social engineering, because what they're doing is they're bypassing the parents and going directly to the schools. That's why you have a lot of, especially conservative states, have been pushing back against the government of the installations that they've been putting in schools. The brainwashing, whether in the books, in the teaching, other things like that. They just fired another teacher for teaching the kids about, what was it, about like oral sex or something like that? Like teaching the kids about that.
So
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like little kids. I saw one with a lady, I think it was in front of either Congress or something. The lady was breaking down these books, and there's a
white woman, black. Like, give me a little. Like, are we talking not that it matters, but like, what are we? She look
either white or Spanish, but she was talking about. She mentioned a book called Push, And in the book, it's in a kid's in the like elementary type school, you know what I mean? Where they have information in the books where they're talking about a father molesting his daughter, hoping to marry her. And this is a kid's book. You know what I'm saying? And then they have another one where they have images, like actual illustrations in the book showing two boys, you know, giving themselves like oral. You know what I mean?
This is
And these
on
are kids'
Well,
books.
well, shit. That's why I'm glad they.
Yeah, the book's name is called Push, but I got to get the
That's
other
in
the
the
other
book,
names
Push?
of the other ones. Push.
Well,
yeah.
well, Republican. That's why I'm glad that they ain't pushed that fucking African American studies shit.
Were you watching some of that? I was horrified. I was like, this can't. And I was at work like this week. I was like really, really busy. I couldn't like really focus on it. The little that I saw, I was like, I don't want my child to feel some type of way because her grandpa is this. Or I want to pick the best person. Like when I hear like Kamala's like the best, the first Indian, the first Black, you know, vice. But I want the best person for the job. I don't need someone to be the first this, the first that. I don't.
Yeah, but in the state of Florida, the governor, the schools are trying to push the African American studies,
critical race theory,
and he said no. And
he was talking about the queer theory, and
it was included in that. But that's what. But all the Black parents, all the Black people, they going and saying, "Oh, why he's racist and all this shit." No, I'm glad he didn't push that shit because they was going to introduce the alphabet community inside them studies.
Well, this is the other thing.
Kids and mess all the kids up like they already doing now.
My daughter the other day come home and she goes, "Oh, I identify as she and them."
Pronouns.
They
Yeah,
got and
pronouns.
I said, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I was like, "Hi, you're an 11-year-old girl. I don't know what this is. She, him, they, her." But this is the thing, though. This is like their, you know, focal point, and it's like, I don't understand that.
That's that stupid ass critical race.
No, it's the this whole thing that's going
that's
on
in them colleges
is from the homosexual manifesto. This is a homosexual
Why are they
manifesto,
labeling it
right?
race theory?
They name it critical race theory, dude. They could basically introduce
anything,
But that's
anything
the odd
in
part about it by labeling it critical race theory.
Yeah, it's been around for years though. But
Why do you think Black people, not us, but why do you think Black people are okay with this being indoctrinated at such a young age? Because guess what? Listen, I think for me anyway, with the whole LGBTQ, PLMNOP, I feel like it was interesting growing up, because if you were in a biracial relationship in like the 60s and 70s, you really liked that race. If you were gay in a certain time frame and it wasn't popular, you were really gay. Like it wasn't like the cool thing to do. And I think like by today's standards, the things that we do, it's almost got to be cool, which is the same as the Jordans, or there's different things. No, I mean, there's just different things. We have to stop assimilating ourselves with certain brands that don't respect us. There's certain Black celebrities that just humor us. You know, the Oprah, and listen, Oprah has opened so many doors. She's probably exhausted. How much can we expect Oprah to do? But when you have people like the Oprahs and the Jay-Z's, and when you look at oh gosh, I'm looking. I can Medea. What's this guy's name?
Tyler Perry.
Perry, thank you, Tyler Perry. These people have crossed so many. At what point do we step up to the plate? You can't expect these people to constantly carry you on their backs. They've given platforms, they've given donations, I'm sure, to the gills. At what point do we step up and take the reins and say, okay, it's on us? I'm tired of hearing about reparations, and this is what. Well, I don't know. We don't have land. We don't have. And I know one person on the stage mentioned, oh, you know, we should have land. That's fine. That's different, because you can't give people money because they're buying all type of stuff that we don't need.
Don't know what to do with the money. If we do get it, we just gonna go back
because you don't. You never had money, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Black people asking for reparations, they want the money, but we're gonna just spend it on Gucci and Louis Vuitton.
The thing is, though, is if you look at the generation that's in right now, the only ones that are doing good is from the older generations, the ones that taught them how to be self-sufficient. Those are the individuals that are doing well right now. But the Gen Z that's being brought up in this modern society, they're failing. They don't know what to do.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah.
Because they've removed the whole aspect of individuality where you can depend on yourself for something. They're so afraid of failing and just hearing that they failed or not getting a gold star or not getting an award or a trophy, that they fall apart because they feel that they're a failure. You get what I'm saying? So back in the days, you failed all the time, and you were
Well,
told put
Yeah,
your ass up and do it.
It wasn't no
Yeah,
participation.
you ain't get no
trophy.
trophy or no gold
Yeah,
star for
yeah,
showing up.
Yeah, yeah.
You were told, hey, get back in the race until you win.
Yeah, they giving that now.
You know what I mean?
You
So
put your
those
kids in
parents-
sports, it's participation trophies if they
I'm
don't
going
win.
to tag you in a video that I did, and it says exactly that. Bottom line is, you can't give people awards for sucking, because guess what? When it comes down to the meat and potatoes, you're not going to win because you're not prepared. Being prepared is losing and knowing, guess what? You're not prepared. There's no way. Hang on a second. It's exactly what you just said.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not bad to, it's not bad to lose. Everyone's lost. No one jumped in the game.
There you go.
It's not
You know what I mean?
I don't know if you can hear it.
You have second and third place. That's all there is. When you're giving out ribbons for sixth, seventh, and eighth place, it calls you were the last winner. We don't know how to lose because our kids don't know how to be told you lost. You suck. Work at it, become better, and go back and try it again. We're not going to give you a ribbon, a gold sticker, because you suck.
Yeah, and that's the problem because I mean, look how far it's traveled. It's traveled all the way to the Marines. Where the Marines now are saying that for women that can't do pull-ups, that they have to do 3 successful pull-ups, and 8 is the maximum. And within those 3 pull-ups, they can hang on the bar for 15 seconds.
No, you're right. The military got soft.
So
just for women.
mind you, in a time frame in a country that's always at war over something,
That's all for guys.
fighting somebody else's
No.
balance. No, guys' maximum is 20.
So God forbid I have to save you. You're fucked. You fucked.
They're
They lowered it.
They've lowered
Because
but
the
for-
women came in the military.
But the
I
problem
didn't
is,
say that. I didn't tell them to do that.
no,
No,
but
not
what
you.
I'm saying
No,
is,
not you, not you, not
Not
you.
you.
what I'm saying is how far it's stretching.
Yeah.
This like pick you up, wipe you down, give you a gold star, give you.
Sign me up.
It's stretching all the way to the military. So now here's the thing: you sitting there in a warfare, and you got this individual that can't max themselves out because they don't have the confidence to do so. You think they're gonna stand there and fight when bullets are coming? You think they're gonna hold secrets when they get captured? No. If you put they got firefighters now
Reggie did
that
it.
are reducing their tests. Firefighters.
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
York shouldn't even be
Everything is
entertaining that.
reducing,
Could you
man.
imagine running up all them steps to go save somebody and can't make it up?
Can't make it
Not
up.
even 10 steps.
Yo,
Hey,
Done.
wait.
Got to carry a kid down, carry a
Hey,
person.
Republican, I'm
Come on
with
now.
you. When it comes to saving somebody's life like that, military, police, or
Politics should be out of it.
or firefighter, I don't think women need to be in them fields.
I agree with that. Sorry.
That's
You know,
me.
women don't like me anyway, which is okay. I'm okay with that. I'm an athlete. Everything is not meant for each person. I'm not going to play tackle football, so I don't understand that. I'm not going to be a man swimming against women in the pool, hoping that I pull it off. I find that we have to have rules and regulations, or else that's why there's chaos. There is chaos. There is chaos. And Black people can be like, I don't even know what to say. It's like $3 trillion. Are we up to $3 trillion in spending power?
Oh yeah, we're
Yeah, probably
We
more.
there?
Yeah, we up there. We up
We're
there.
idiots. We're fucking. We are fucking. Not us. We're morons though. Like Black people. I'm like, ha ha ha. I had to go get my boss a fucking Christmas gift. This is a real story. I had to go in. There's always a budget. I have a couple of coworkers going in. I went to Bergdorf, Saks, Bloomies, and what's the other one? Nordstrom. Bergdorf's is the most offensive, but I'm dressed. I got on sweatpants. I'm like, hi bitches. It's my day off. So I walk in, and the white people are cool. I have to pass Bottega. I'm too poor for it. The bag I want is $5,200. I just can't spend it. It is, that's like, it's different. That's what I spend on my kitchen on a low end. So I just can't do it.
one bag and swoof. No way.
Gorgeous. I've been looking at it for 10 years. I'm going to get the bag and I'm going to call you. I'm going to find you. I'm going to send you the fucking.
I'm gonna slap the bag out your hand. Telling you now, don't get it.
I like that shit.
I'm gonna slap the bag out your hand.
All right. So we're talking about the bag, right?
I'm gonna slap the bag out your hands.
But the thing is, though, if you go all the way back to our history, back to our ancestry, we've always expressed ourselves with wealth. because we grew up in an abundance of wealth. We grew up with so much wealth around us, especially back in Africa, that our riches we looked at as scraps. The Europeans came in and put a value to our riches. They're like, look at all these jewels, look at all this resource. What the? So we never looked at but here's what I'm saying. You got the Mansa Musas and them, you know what I'm saying? Filthy rich. To this day, still richer than any billionaire out. You get what I'm saying? That's how much wealth he had. And he spread it against the people. In ancient Kush and them, they spread that amongst the people. So the thing is what they've done is they're take our natural, way of making money and wealth and curating wealth and turn it to them. They've made it to where they say, oh, well, you're not really expressing your wealth if you're not directing it this way, spending it on this product, spending it here, going there, taking trips here. But here's
sounds like that pastor.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Back in the days, that's what they did. The CIA had a program where they went to pastors, they went to release convicts and other things like that. Individuals with influence within the black community.
It's still going on. Listen,
yeah.
Malcolm X had a speech.
You remember COINTELPRO?
When he said,
"Your man that just set himself up to get robbed. He's like me, charged with fraud." What? And he tried to say it wasn't. It's a setup.
The same thing. He said, "Yo, why are we looking to the entertainers?
Yeah.
Why are we looking for all these people to get us out of anything when we already know that the white community has sent these people in to infiltrate certain things?" So it's not the main problem is coming from the whole situation in Africa and knowing where we came from and the abundance that we had is different now because people don't even know the history of a lot of things. That's one.
No, but the reason why I mention is because it's in our genetics.
I get that.
Because they know our past and our history, they're able to manipulate it. That's why I always tell people, learn your past.
But the reason why you can manipulate that system now is if you're not educated about certain things, you don't know what the value of anything is really.
That's correct.
That's like you. Look, that's like you. All right, individual. We were sitting there and we're looking at a house, right? And the guy go, "Oh, I'm gonna buy one of these houses." And I said to him, "That house is trash." He said, "Yo, you crazy? These are brand new houses." I said, "Listen, don't worry about the house. What's more important, the house or what's underneath?" The dude said, "I don't care about the land. I want the house." I said, "See, that's dumb. House can get blown away, get blown up, that land is never moving. It's not going anywhere. You understand? But if you don't know the value of it, then what do we got? You have nothing at the end of the day if you don't know the value of these things. That's the problem that's going on in our neighborhood, is the fact that they do not understand. Look, Haiti right now. We had a discussion the other day. I'm gonna make it real quick because I know we're running on time. Haiti the other day, I had a friend of mine. We went out for his birthday, so we were discussing Haiti and how the fact that Heineken, they moved their brewery over there. So the farmers, for the hop and different things, they sold their farms to Heineken, and then Heineken hired them back to work for them, and they were happy with that. And I'm looking at it like, yo, what? Like, why would you sell it? Why would you sell it? Even if you don't want to farm it anymore, lease it out to them for long term or something. But why would you
read into that? It's the crops. We about to go through some major stuff, which is why. Listen, again, think about it like this. You have to really think about the next couple of months where we're going to be heading, which is why Black folks in general, along with every other, we just need to be nicer to each other, because to be quite frank, it's going to get tough. So if you think it's ugly now, it's only going to get worse. We have a whole new mix of illegal aliens that I'm taking care of. I'm paying for my surgery, but let's get titties for everybody. So we have to start to take into consideration that we're going to have a lot of people angry. And now it's like the immigrants versus the illegal aliens. And they are the new Black people. Black people are cool. They're going to lose their jobs and their housing and shit like that, but they're no longer going to be the lowest of the low as far as the mindset is concerned, because now we're going to be focused on, are you an illegal immigrant or an illegal alien? They have made it so that we're going to have to be having so many different fights amongst ourselves. We miss every other big point that happens. We haven't been talking about Biden and his stupid paperwork and his fucking son and the inflation and the border. And we haven't talked about anything because Tyree is front and center, and that's
we
okay.
definitely have to have you back on though, because I definitely want to go in on Biden cases and all that stuff.
Right. For closing,
You pick a topic.
let me ask y'all real quick, and this is in closing. Has anyone went through any sort of police brutality or any injustice situation? Now you in Miami, you probably went through a little something. I'm gonna talk about the New York half of things.
I mean, I had guns pulled on me, but I ain't never had nobody throw me out the car and tase me.
All right, so stop right there. I'm gonna come back to you. You never had anything?
I had a great experience. I had a great fucking experience. I got pulled over with a kilo of coke in the car. Like, this shit was crazy. It was amazing. I had a great experience. And I was pulled over in the 4-3, and it turns out that I was at a baby shower with it was my cousin. The whole 4-3 was there. It was crazy, but I wasn't going to be in trouble because I obviously had no records, but I also had no ID.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I get to the what do you call it? The precinct. And I have to call my dad because I was going down to get Wendy's. Like, my friend was dropping me to get Wendy's, and he ended up getting pulled over. I had no idea. So because the paperwork was wrong, everything ends up getting thrown out. But I had just smoked before I came downstairs. So I was completely I was like mellow. Meanwhile, anybody else would have been having a fucking heart attack. But the whole thing was like, whatever. So it turns out I had to have my fingerprints taken in front of the guy's cell.
Mm-hmm.
I play basketball. I do different things, so I kind of know, like, I know my neighborhood. So I'm having my fingerprint. It's like, so so my mother had an issue. Like, my whole family's kind of crazy. So it turns out that my family can't leave lated prints. They had to bring out the ink and paper. That shit still wasn't working. Sorry, I'm sticking to it.
No, but I went to the only thing that has ever happened to me is like I went to jail for a whole week off of an expired tag.
Okay,
expired tag.
Shit, I didn't know they do that.
No, the lawyer that was at the jail said that he asked me what I was here for, and I told him. He's like, "How long you been here?" This was like my 5th day there. No one came to see me. Nothing. I'm just chilling. So when he asked me what I was there for, I said, "Yo, man, booked me for expired tag." He said, "Oh, what the hell?" He said, "Oh, hell no. We gotta get you out of here." He said he definitely targeted you on this one.
Yeah, he did.
The reason why
y'all visiting people upstate though, right? Like, y'all gone to see people upstate, right? When you see like they like that. Have you ever been to jail and you go to they're like, "Jay, bring up $10 in quarters." I'm like, all right, cool. And then they'll say, so the person like this, Jay, he's gonna say, "Go." So there's 2 lines. The first line is you got to run to the frozen vendor machine thing. Hamburgers. This is years ago, 15 years ago. Hamburgers, $2 a frozen hamburger. You got to fight that. It's me. I'm fighting big black bitches. These motherfuckers is not playing. They got 6 baby daddies in here. I'm about to get my ass kicked. They only have 3 hamburgers for the lot of the whole. You don't expect a fist fight. They set people up to have problems.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I want to have more conversations with you guys. I'm sorry.
We're going to talk afterwards. Definitely. The reason why I was asking that is because some people were saying, again, they give you instructions when you get stopped by cops. Be calm, comply, all this thing. You try to tell people nowadays, it's out the window.
It all depends on
It's out the window.
There you go. Because the person that I was pulled over with was my then boyfriend named. He was a presidential name, right?
Drop a gem right.
It was dismissed. The half white girl handled it, and that is true.
Hold on, okay. I want to drop a gem. I got police officers in my family, right?
Please.
This is what they told me. When you get stopped by a police officer, turn your light on, roll all your windows down, right? And you can put your hands up or have your hands out of the window.
Mm-hmm.
That makes him feel safe already. The police officer.
Okay.
That makes them feel. A lot of people, they just get pulled over, leave the lights on, windows up, and everything. So now he holding his gun the whole time. So that's what I was told. Turn your light on, windows all the way down, have your hand up or out the window. That's it.
I'm guessing you didn't have your windows up.
No, that time
when they drove them cops.
Nah.
Well, I'm gonna tell
that was before I learned.
I'm gonna tell you my thing that I do. And if I had this back in the 90s, it would have been good because I got me and a bunch of friends of mine. We was up on Hillside in Jamaica. and we got pulled over. And they ragged us. They spit on us. They leapfrog. They put our faces in potholes, the whole 9 yards. But we didn't have cell phones and all that stuff back then. But nowadays, what I told my son, and I do the same thing for me. As soon as that light goes on, my phone press record, and it goes right back in. You understand me?
Yeah.
I'm pressing record, and it go right back in my pocket. And it's gonna say that, I'm tucking it in the side in case they pull me out for something or something.
Yeah.
You understand? But we recording as much of it as possible.
Well, also, since you say record, also make sure have either a camera or something on your vehicle that can record behind you and in front.
I would suggest those little cameras that the windshield cameras that go front and back.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Invest in that nowadays. Invest
because here's the thing: if they see that, and when they show up, and you go, if they're accusing you of something, running a red light, any of that, and they're saying they're gonna book you or whatnot, make sure take that SD card out of that unit, because what they're gonna do as soon as they get you out of there, some will take it out. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you take that out and have it.
So listen,
amazing conversation. So what are we talking about next? What's the next? Am I invited next time, or do I talk to you?
Yeah. We're going in deep after this, though. Stay on the line after. Don't pause out.
Remember, this my surviving friend from from our Talib abuse.
We go deep on that.
Don't talk about that, because he fucking hates me. He has no idea that I will stab him in the face with a dull pencil with the wrong end.
We're gonna talk over.
All right, so just quickly, and you can leave this on air because I don't care, because when I do run into him, I'm gonna say, "Do you remember me now? Buddy, big forehead and all." Bottom line, I went to South by Southwest. It's got to be like 2017, 18. South by Southwest is Austin, Texas, like the third week of March. I love it. I go there. I've been there 5 or 6 times. Anyway, I got there early, and again, black and white. I didn't know they had white events there, which is pretty ignorant to say, but I didn't know. So I got there early. I wanted to grab lunch. My room wasn't ready. I didn't eat. I don't eat when I got to take a 6-hour, 5.5-hour flight. I just want to land. Smoke is flight out. Let's do it. I go into this space called Peckerheads, which is where all the big events go on. Well, Peckerheads 12:30 on a Thursday. Stab yourself. It's not popping. I'm sitting there. It's all white people. I go, and I'm not, it's not my vibe, but I'm hungry. I order my lunch. I just talked to Gilly. He's outside passing. This is before his showcase. Fine. The music is good. It's okay. Nothing to write home to mom. Then I look up and I go, now mind you, I've done events. I've done concerts with Remy Ma, Fad, Joe Tank, Clarice, Trey Songz, Fad, Joe Tank, Monique, and Patti LaBelle. A groupie I'm not. But when you look at the person, you go, I can appreciate good music. It was okay. When I look over, I go, oh my God, he's performing live. No one is paying any mind to this guy, not in the entire building. I'm looking around, everybody, no one's paying. It's all white people. I go, that's why he hates white people, because no one paid him any mind that particular venue. And I felt so sorry for him. I went up to him and said he did a good job, when he really did a mediocre job. And bottom line is, if I ever catch him in person, and I know it will happen because we're in the same circles, I'm not even going to tell him it's me. This is who I'm in person. I'm going to cook him on the inside, make him love me, and then tell him.
That's the thing.
That's who I am.
We already got information this man that we have over this man, and he just keeps. I don't know what it is. He got to be the most weirdoest individual. You know what I'm saying, in the game, like, as far as in the hip hop game. This man has so much beef with people who's not even funny. There's a long list, and he just keeps digging himself in every single hole that he tries to cover over.
Do you know who Jazzy Joyce is?
Yeah.
I'm completely straight, right? So Jazzy Joyce is a complete dyke. That was my client. Bottom line is, everyone thought we were a couple, which is completely fine. It helps my whole inbox bullshit. They don't think I'm, available. But he has a problem with women. That's it. That's all. Because he had a problem. He has a problem with so many women in my circle. He has a problem with women.
Yeah, he has a long history of it. Especially black women. Black and brown women, he has a huge problem.
mean, come on, fam. Like, and Jazz be like, yo, Jay, leave this thing alone. I'm like, no, because me and him, I have serious beef with, yo, if you knew who I had a problem with, you'd be like this, Jay. Yes.
Pause out right there. We're gonna talk offline real quick. Let me
let me go clean myself up. I look crazy. I'll talk. What am I mute? Stop cam. I'll be back in 20 seconds.
Thank you, Jenna. Stay on the line though. Don't go nowhere. All right. Pause.
I was giving a bathroom break. I thought can I go to the in 2 seconds? Or are we done? This is off?
No. Go do what you do. Stay on the line though. Stay on the line.
Yeah,
don't cut the camera or nothing. I'm a close.
Leave it like this. You can look at my cookbooks. I'll be back.
You're good. Yeah. You're gonna mute the mic. You gonna turn the camera off too.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
There she go. Turn the camera off too. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, man. I want to thank everyone. Yo, it's a very good conversation tonight. We're keeping it real with everything. Again, moving forward, it's a serious situation. We tackled a broad scope, but at the end of the line, there's a lot of things that we need to fix in our own community. At the end of the day, is it a black or white issue? Is it a blue issue? Like we spoke about, because when the black cops get into that squad room, they don't see us.
Yeah, but what Ice Cube said?
Black cops showing out for the white cops. So we understand that. But we as a community now have to put our best foot forward. Like Jenna said also, we need to start focusing on better things and doing better for ourselves. It's not so much as elevating other labels and people, but for us, coming from where we're coming from, what's the disconnect? What's the disconnect right now? Why are we so driven on purchasing so high and not getting the respect at the end of the day? And why are we not shifting the power? That's the main thing. So at the end of the day, I want more discussions like this. I want more interaction like this, and to keep it real with it and to try and move towards finding a solution for these type of problems. Because again, you're going to hear about this tomorrow. You're going to hear another story like this next week, next month, and next year. Prior to this young man dying, we had an incident before him. And there's going to be an incident after him. So when is it going to stop? Whether it's black on black or whether it's white on black or blue on black, it's the same thing at the end of the day. So we have to do better, and we have to start policing our own neighborhoods. That's what we need to really get back to. Policing our own neighborhoods. All right. So I want to thank everyone for joining us. T, always good. Tough Talk Miami. I know we in the building tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
So make sure you get we're gonna get it popping.
Martin Luther King statue, everything. It's terrible.
Doing it big
okay.
tomorrow.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hey, do I gotta wear my African garbs?
That's on you.
So y'all seen the link, right? All my links are all right. Where it is at Tough Talk Miami. All right. And of course, Black Republican came in the building today. So thank you very much. Jen, she's on the line right now, but I want to thank Jen for joining us. Jenna Hurst. Thank you very much, NYC. And she's back. So hold up. Let me put the mic on. I want to thank.
I had to visit the little girls in my own apartment.
So we want to thank everyone for joining us tonight for Live at the Barbershop every Friday, 9 p.m. You can find us on all the platforms. Jen, stay right there. Don't come off. Stay right there.
Moving. I'm not moving.
Out. We're going to shut down this and start one up with you in the middle. All right?
Okay.
All right. Like Moni in the middle. We'll be right back.
All right.
All right.
Go out in the world and be somebody.